Hey, what's up, BFL fam? I'm Carlos. This is Steven.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome back to Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. Today we're going to be talking about two fragrances from Testament London. Keep it right there.
Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. Brooklyn Fragrance Lover.
Thanks so much for tuning in today. As always, I really do appreciate it, and I hope that you're all doing fantastic. If this is your first time landing here at Brooklyn Fragrance Lover, I would love if you would consider subscribing to my channel. Go show some love to Steven over at Redolessense.
Thank you.
And come on back over here and click on the bell icon so you don't miss any future content that I upload here to BFL. Testament London is a house, obviously, from London. They premiered in 2018. They have 7 fragrances in total. The two that we're discussing today are called Blind Date and Sang Noir. These were 2019 releases.
Okay.
The perfumer for these fragrances is Miguel Matos. So I guess we'll start with this one. Conveniently, they have the notes on the box.
That's a good thing.
And I'm going to read them. I'm going to put my glasses on just so I can read them. This has, Blind Date, this has Chinese grapefruit, juniper berries, saffron, plum, orange, black violet, leather, jasmine, rose, vanilla, carnation, creamy coconut. And in the base we have cashmere, vetiver, raspberry, some more coconut, sandalwood, and tonka bean. So what do I get from this one? This to me is a leather fragrance that has a lot of gourmand touches. It's very lush and fruity, and the plum comes across, and it's a bold fragrance. They both are actually, and they're extrait de parfum concentration.
Okay,
I should mention. But this is a really unique take on leather. Some might say it smells a little like Tuscan leather, but I don't fully agree. I can kind of see that sort of. But this has its own little personality, and I love the fullness of it. It's very big and expansive, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a leather fragrance, like Carlos mentioned, and you pick up on all the spices that are in there. So you get the saffron, you get a multitude of spices in the opening, but it's accompanied by that sweetness as well. And so I do get a nice combination of that sort of fleshy lactonic coconut, but I also get that bright and vivid raspberry, which I think adds a really nice gourmand overtone to an otherwise dark fragrance. And of course, yeah, okay, it leans a little bit in the direction of a Tuscan leather, but a side-by-side would reveal that they are quite different. And so if you're a fan of those types of dark leather fragrances, chances are if you want something that's a little bit sweeter leaning, you're really going to enjoy this one. And I personally really do like this one. I think it has a really pleasant sweetness to it, but it also has that dark undercurrent that keeps things interesting, and it is a fragrance that evolves quite a bit on the skin. Blind Date.
Now, where Tuscan leather, since we're comparing, that to me smells like the interior of a brand new luxury car. It's really like straight up leather. I don't get the raspberry in Tuscan leather. My nose doesn't pick it up. And some people get an ashy note. There's nothing ashy here. This has a lot of sweet and a little spicy stuff going on. I rather like it. I think it's really good.
Yeah, I think it's a solid release. 2019 release, you said, right?
Yes, both of them.
Awesome. So the next one is Sang Noir. I actually do own this one. I own this one and Longevity, and I think they're both incredible. And so the notes for this one, we have a spicy top with clove buds, nutmeg, black pepper, saffron, and cumin. It's kind of hard to read this after looking at the ring light for such a long time. In the heart notes, you have a woody accent of cedarwood, sandalwood, patchouli, labdanum, agarwood, and vetiver. And then in the base, you have soft ambery tones of liquor, musk, ambergris, beeswax, vanilla, rum, fenugreek spice, and strong musks. So this sounds really interesting, and interesting it is. If you're a fan of boozy fragrances, specifically rum-based fragrances where you have that combination of, you know, the clove and the cardamom and the saffron and perhaps a few other notes that are not necessarily in the note breakdown, it just opens up delightfully spicy. There's this undercurrent of oud to the fragrance that I really enjoy as well. And it's an oud that is bolstered up by the resins that are in here. And so you have the labdanum, you have some of the sweetness in the base as well. It's not, of course, as sweet as Blind Date, but I actually quite like the personality of this fragrance and how the rum works in really nice harmony with the agarwood. What do you think of this one, Sang Noir?
It's definitely boozy, and I get the it's kind of woody to me. It's very woody and kind of almost masculine, but I'm sure that they're unisex. But I get a lot of the wood nuances for sure. A little bit of booze. It's resinous in a good way. It's interesting. I could see this being worn really nicely in the cold, in the dead of winter, cutting through the cold, and yeah, I like it. I think that the if you said oud is in this,
Yeah, there's agarwood in here as well.
it's not too prominent. There's nothing pungent or animalic. It's just kind of feeding into the woody feeling of this fragrance, and yeah, it's solid.
Yeah, and while I do pick up on the cedarwood and the agarwood, I don't necessarily get much of that vetiver, so as to say I don't perceive this going in a green direction at any point. I think it's so reliant on the spices and those darker woods that it kind of diverts your attention from anything that's potentially green or verdant. But I truly think that both of these fragrances are awesome. Very happy to have this one in my collection. And just to reiterate a point that Carlos made, both of these are fantastic for the colder weather as well.
So that's all we have today on these two from Testament London. Short and sweet, like we always do. We do hope that you enjoyed. If you've had the opportunity to try these, why don't you let us know in the comment section? We'll start up a conversation. He always comes by and visits my comment section and supports, as I do on his channel. So yeah, you'll see him in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, you take care, stay blessed, and we'll see you at the next video.
Take care, guys.